안녕하세요. 저는 9살 책 읽어주는 루나라고 합니다. 오늘 읽어볼 책은 Ms.Lagrange Is Strange 11탄입니다. 책을 읽을 준비가 되었나요, 친구들? 자, 그렇다면 책을 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. Chapter 11, Silent Lunch. It was the next day. The green traffic light was in the dormitory. It was Andrea's birthday. Jay, Ryan, and me poking Michael in the side up giggling. It was cold like there was a rock climbing wall and a half pipe for skateboarding, and I got a goodie bag, and there was a remote control car in it. No way I was going to tell them. I sat around drinking tea with Andrea and her friends. While we were talking, I was playing with my fork and spoon on the table, and when I put my spoon across my fork, the most amazing thing in the history of the world happened. I figured it out. I shouted out. Figured it out. Asked Ryan and Michael. I just figured out what the Egyptians picked up this big rocks to build the pyramids. How? Look, I said, scooping up some of Ryan's carrots and peas with my spoon. Imagine these peas and carrots are big rocks. Nobody could pick one up, but if they could slide them onto a big scoop like this and put the scoop across a big fork like this, it would be easier to pick up. I put the spoonful of carrots and peas across my fork like the spoon and fork were a little seesaw. You're right, Michael said, smashing his fist down on the table. The only problem was Michael's fist missed the table and hit the long end of the spoon instead. The peas and carrots went flying up in the air. They hit the ceiling and then they stuck up there. The ceiling was splashed with peas and carrots. It was the coolest thing in the history of the world. You should have been there. Me and Ryan and Michael looked up at the ceiling. We were excited that I had solved the mystery of the pyramids. That's when Miss I Know Everything came over to our table. She looked all mad. AJ, Andrea said, you ruined my birthday party. I did not. They too. We went back and forth like that a few more times, but then something totally amazing happened. Remember those peas and carrots that were stuck to the ceiling? Well, I guess they didn't stick very well because they started falling down on Andrea's head. Eek! Andrea screamed. I can't see. I've got carrots in my eyes. That's okay, Andrea. I said carrots are good for your eyes. Ryan and Michael thought that was hilarious, but I guess Andrea didn't. She picked up Michael's bowl of spaghetti and dumped it over my head. Nobody dumps spaghetti over my head and gets away with it. I picked up Ryan's bowl of macaroni and cheese and pushed it in Andrea's face. Food bite, everybody started chanting. I'm not exactly sure what happened next. Things sort of went out of control. They started shouting and throwing stuff at each other. Mr. Claus turned on the red light, but it didn't help. This is a silent lunch, Mr. Claus shouted, but it was so loud and there that you could hardly hear him. Pickle chips were flying around, and somebody got hold of Ms.Lagrange's pepper shaker and started hitting meatballs up in the air like they were baseballs. Emily got hit in the head with a meatball, and the big crybaby breaked out. Help, help, she screamed. My tooth fell out. I think I swallowed it. I'm choking. Emily got up to run out of the room, but instead she crashed right into the big traffic light. It toppled over. As it was falling, the traffic light hit our welcome elementary banner and ripped it in half. Crash! It was at the moment that the door to the dormitory happened. You'll never guess in a million years who walked in. It was elementary! Nobody stopped what they were doing. Nobody made a sound. Elementary leaned into the dormitory. She held a cane in one hand. In her other hand, she held a plaque. We went for having the cleanest school in the district. I looked at Miss Lagrange. Miss Lagrange looked at elementary. Elementary looked around the dormitory. Welcome to elementary school, said Mr. Claus, coming over to greet her. We're proud and honored. Mr. Claus never got the chance to finish his sentence. Elementary picked up some kids' chocolate pudding and dumped it over Mr. Claus' head. I only wanted to do that, Elementary said. Well, Mr. Claus said, licking the pudding off his face. I guess lunch is on me, Mr. Claus snapped. The next thing anyone knew, food was flying through the air again. Mrs. Connie, the nurse, our music teacher, Mr. Lorraine with the big and bean burrito. Miss Hannah, the art teacher, threw a plate full of chili surprise at our librarian, Mrs. Ruppy. Mrs. Small, the gym teacher, hit our science teacher, Mr. Docker, with a corn dog. It was raining hot thoughts. Kids were squirting catches packets at each other. Somebody was running around spraying people with Ms.Lagrange spray bottle. I haven't had this much fun in years. Elementary said as she picked up a chicken pot pie and heaved it across the vomitorium. Elementary is weird. I guess Mr. Claus can say that we don't get enough exercise anymore. With all the throwing and ducking and running around, food fights are great exercise. Eventually, we ran out of food to throw at each other. When it was all over, Cafe Lagrange was a mess. All the fruit groups was stuck to the wall. Maybe I should go back to France. No, Miss Lagrange said. Miss Lizer, the custodian, came in with her mop. Oh, Grace, she said, a mess. I love cleaning messes. Don't clean it up, shouted Miss Hannah, our old teacher. It's not a mess. This is art. Miss Hannah is bananas. Everybody got quiet when Elementary cleared her throat to talk. There was the boy who wrote me a letter saying he hated school. Everybody looked at me. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I had to think fast. So I started burping A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. When I finished burping the alphabet, the whole school gave me a standing ovation. Elementary gave me a hug. She said that when she was a student here, she hated school too. But coming back to elementary school was the most fun I ever had in my life. Thank you. To celebrate, Miss Lagrange brought out the special dessert she was hiding in the freezer. It was called sorbet. It's sort of a cross between ice cream and water ice. Yeah, while we were eating it, Emily found her tooth. It was right on her plate. What a dumb head. As it turned out, we didn't get to keep the award for having the cleanest school in the district. Somebody at the board of education found out about the food fight, and they gave the award to some other school instead. Mr. Claus said that if we clean up the vomitorium and work really hard to control ourselves, maybe next year we'll have the cleanest school in the district, but it won't be easy. 자, 이렇게 11탄이 끝났고 이번 탄이 마지막 탄이었습니다. 오늘부로 이 책은 끝난 것 같으니 마무리를 하겠습니다. 구독, 좋아요, 알림 설정과 공유 부탁드립니다. 그렇다면 안녕.